I just love to fail. Let me explain. 9 years ago, I was a university student who wanted to build a company. So I started with a news website where I wrote about the latest news every day. I wrote for hundreds of days, but nobody was interested in my news. I failed, but I didn't quit. The next year, I launched an app that showed you news in just 1 minute, but nobody even downloaded it. I failed again, but I didn't quit. The next year, I started a clothing rental company for people who travel, but even that failed. I was starting to lose hope. But here is the thing, every failure teaches you a lesson, and that is how I ended up with Nas Daily, a 1-minute daily video travel channel, and turned it into a multi-million-dollar company. You see, failure is the best thing to happen to you right before success. That's 1 minute. See you tomorrow. This is controversial. If you want to learn how to swim, you should jump from the deep end of the pool and drown. Let me explain. Most people who want to learn something new, whether it's swimming or making videos or coding, they enter the water step by step. They go in slowly, they ask questions, they hesitate, and before you know it, they give up and leave the pool. This is why you should jump from the deep end of the pool. For example, when I first started making videos, I went all in. I made terrible videos hundreds of days in a row, and then I became an expert at it. I jumped from the deep end of the pool even if I hesitated in the beginning. If you want to become an expert at anything, you should go all in. Trust me, you'll come out from the shallow end knowing how to swim and how to win. That's 1 minute. See you tomorrow. 2 years. 2 years is the number of years I spent traveling, living out of a suitcase. Inside of it, I only have 10 t-shirts, underwear, and 1 pair of pants. Before this life, I used to have a lot of things in my home, but now I own very little and buy almost nothing. I walk through shops and spend $0 not because I'm cheap, but because for any new product, it has to pass the mountain test. If the product is worth carrying up a mountain on my back with no hassle, then I buy it. If it's not, then I don't. Because it would be impossible to climb a mountain if I bought everything that I liked. This mountain test is an extreme example, but the idea behind it is simple. There's a lot of things we don't need to have on top of a mountain or inside a house or really anywhere in our lives. And I am convinced, traveling or not, the fewer objects we have in our lives, the closer we will be to reaching the peak of freedom. That's 1 minute. See you tomorrow. Guys, be careful of the friend zone. When I met my girlfriend, she was a vegetarian and I wasn't. We went on dates, and on every date, she said, "It's better to be vegetarian." But I didn't care and I ate meat. And then one day, after years of dating and thousands of tiny comments, I woke up realizing I had stopped eating meat. Why? Because the people you spend time with end up changing you.
It actually goes both ways. I learned a lot from spending time with Nas. I'm a lot more ambitious now, and I use my time much more efficiently. I use every day to do something to work towards my goals.
If your friends are vegetarian, you'll become vegetarian. If your friends are athletic, you'll become athletic. So be careful of the people you hang around, because over time, you might become just like them. That's 1 minute. See you tomorrow. Be careful of role models. Here is what I mean. For tens of years, humans have been trying to run a mile in under 4 minutes, but nobody could do it. They believed it was impossible. Until one guy ran so fast, he completed a mile in 3 minutes and 59 seconds. Immediately after, everyone started running faster, and even they finished a mile in under 4 minutes. They were able to do it because one guy did it. This is the power of the role model. This is everywhere. In politics, no one believed a black man could become president until one did. No one believed a woman could go to space until one did. The 4-minute mile taught me the importance of having good role models, because they have the power to create 1,000 more when they win. That's 1 minute. See you tomorrow. Hey, do you know about the pot paradox? Let me explain. Imagine that two people are learning how to make a pot. Person 1 takes 5 hours to make one perfect pot, and person 2 takes 5 hours to make 5 pots. Who will make a better pot? You think it's the person who made one perfect pot, but that's wrong. It's actually person number 2, the one who made many pots and failed many times. They did not worry about making the perfect pot. They just practiced, failed, learned, and got better every time. This is the power of repetition. And this is what I did. I made one video every day for 1,000 days until I became an expert at them. Nas Daily was not built from one perfect video. It was built by making 1,000 imperfect videos. Do not wait for the perfect idea and the perfect moment. Before you become great, you have to fail 1,000 times. That's 1 minute. See you tomorrow.
Be careful of Parkinson's Law. Do you know what Parkinson's Law says? Let me explain. It says work expands to the time allowed for it. If you give yourself a week to write a book, you'll go hang out with your friends, play some video games, maybe catch a movie, and then on the last day, you'll start writing your book. Why? Because work expands to the time allowed for it. This is Parkinson's Law, and the only way to beat it is to give yourself a shorter deadline. No matter what, when the deadline is due, you must release your book. So instead of finishing something next year, next month, or next week, most likely you can finish it tomorrow. That's 1 minute. See you tomorrow.